We have hit the middle part of the year, or at least when I started writing this. And I actually went to the movies more this year than I did any other year, or at least in this first 6-month period. So I would like to go through every movie I saw in order and give you my views on it. Also, spoiler warning for everything, so make sure you've seen the movies before I talk about them. The first movie I saw of the year is probably my favorite. If you haven't seen the movie yet, God forbid, take your time and watch it. It's 3 hours long, but it is well worth it. I wouldn't try to compare this movie to the Schumacher or even the Nolan ones. This is kind of its own art, and I would leave it at that. You have a great story with great visuals. My only slight dilemma is that they kind of made Batman fairly mute, or at least when he's talking to other people. I enjoy the whispering style this Batman does, but like I said, my only issue is that he really doesn't talk all that much. Batman, who is only on year 1 or year 2, is going after the Riddler, who is a little different than the other renditions. The closest I would put him would be the Arkham Games Riddler, but it's still a stretch. It's a really good detective movie with Batman added to it. The music is probably what takes it for me. They did a really good job on Alfred too. I genuinely believe this guy would be working alongside a lunatic dressed in a batsuit. Batman has to uncover a mystery set by the Riddler before absolute chaos ensues. The great thing about this movie is the hero doesn't technically win. Riddler's plan technically goes well, and Batman is just set picking up the pieces. Also, Zoe Kravitz absolutely kills it as Catwoman, and gives a really decent background on her. The entire setting of Gotham City is fully immersed, and the best that it has been in any other work of Batman. It ends with vengeance not being the main point to move forward, in that he has to find other reasoning to protect Gotham. I would prepare for a good viewing. This is definitely worth the watch. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm a closeted Sonic fan, so of course, when the second movie came out, I had to go see it. This is another movie I was truly hyped for. The first Sonic movie got so much praise because it initially was going to be awful, but we all know the fans had them redo it, and man was it a good movie. Sonic 2 was very meh. It took what happened in the first one and expanded on it, of course, but they dialed back the actual Sonic characters and focused a tad bit more on the humans. This including Eggman and his henchmen. And yeah, there's a ton of cringe dialogue, but there are a couple parts that are actually really funny. The supporting cast is great, and the whole wedding being a planned thing is absolutely hilarious. I will say that it is a great introduction to Knuckles and even Tails. I wish they would have gave a tad more time demonstrated in the Mushroom World, that being where Eggman was, and a tad more time on Knuckles' past. The last 15 minutes of this movie is probably better than any of these other movies that I will be talking about, so I won't spoil anything there. The couple things I didn't like about the movie were the small cuts of the characters being somewhere they shouldn't be. Eggman does it a couple times, Sonic and Tails are at a bar setting for some reason. A couple times the movie seems like it's everywhere. I will say though, there is a great scene of Knuckles getting run over by Tails. It's an okay movie, and I would say it's a pretty good children's movie. Okay, so sadly, I will say, this is the movie I was most hyped for, and sadly, it didn't exactly deliver. I will say the visuals of it are really good, and it lacks kind of everything else, especially compared to No Way Home, or even the first one. If they had maybe released this one before then, I could give it a tad more credit, that being No Way Home. My two main issues: 1. Wanda. She is an absolute murder machine and has no regard for anyone or anything. Now, I prepared for all this, and I watched WandaVision and the first Dr.Strange, neither of which she was as brutal as she was in this one. So, seems like a complete rewrite of a character. My other issue is Miss Marvel. Why is her power that she can go into other universes? Why does she have very minimal character development? Why am I supposed to care about her? Why? Anyways, Strange is really good in this one, and in the addition of Rachel McAdams in the other universes, and some he gets with her and some he doesn't, is really interesting. I will be talking about the elephant in the room, in which this is the introduction of the Immortals, a powerful group of beings, which there's another Dr. Strange, but he did some magic mumbo jumbo, got a curse, and he had to get murdered by Black Bolt. So our universe's Dr. Strange and Miss Marvel becomes captive by them, but Wanda comes in and literally solo alts every single person except two who put up somewhat of a fight, and they still get clapped. Let's just say that's about 3/4 of the way in the movie, and it kinda all builds up to nothing. And the ending really leaves it open to how they can use the multiverse. I will compare it to Sonic in a way that it is an extremely safe movie, and it does everything very neutral. I did, however, enjoy the stunning visuals like I had mentioned previously. The last movie I saw, and certainly not the worst. I did not prep myself by watching the original right before. I have, however, seen the movie and have a generally good plot synopsis of it. The main difference of the two is the original didn't really have a story, whereas this one did. The original is way more depressing and will definitely have you cry, but anyways, this one brings back the not clear-cut pilot who has to instruct a top Navy crew of misfits to do a really difficult pilot mission. However, the instructor student's dad died with the instructor years before on a mission, so there's gonna be trouble afoot. They did really well casting this guy to be the son of this guy. I mean, my god, they look so much alike. Aside from the minor things like Maverick pulling the kid's scores because he didn't want him to die, something we would never really known until we were told or shown that. We aren't told or shown that until about 3/4 away from the movie, and like I said, not a bad movie at all. This movie is really good at having callbacks and bringing people back who were in the prequel back now. It's really cool. Out of all the movies I saw, this one gets the award for least expected to be good, but was good? Question mark? I enjoy the different ranges of the Misfits characters, but that kind of feels like what everyone is except the two main guys, just Misfit characters. But all in all, like I said, not a bad movie. Well, those were the few movies I had seen in theaters for this year. Now, of course, I had seen some other movies some other ways, but I guess I can make that for a separate video if you guys actually enjoyed this one. If you did see some other movies that I didn't see that you think I should see, just let me know, and maybe I have seen them, and I can talk to you in the comments. Also, we did just hit 1,000 subs. I don't know if I had mentioned that anywhere yet, but that's really crazy. I don't know if anyone knows how crazy that is, but it's crazy. I'm sure I'll do something mentioning like that at some point. But thank you guys for watching, and please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.